Hey everyone, how are you doing today? It's time for another Gwent deck, and in this episode we will unleash some machines from the Northern Realms faction. Right now everyone is waiting for the upcoming balance patch that is probably addressing EILHART, so I wanted to show you a deck that is mostly not getting affected by any change, because overall it is not the top tier that you can play right now. I can definitely agree that the Northern Realms armor decks are stronger, nonetheless the machines will provide you with some really solid and fun decks to try out anyway. The core of each machine deck are the KAEDWENI siege support units that will boost every unit played by 1 point, but also give machines an additional 1 point of armor, making it harder for your opponent to get rid of points. The unit used to be way stronger back in the day, but even nowadays it is a very solid foundation for any machine deck to start. Whatever your plan is for a round, if you are in any way interested in going for a win and you have the siege support in your hand, you have to play it first. For a super strong first round you will then start with the siege support and combine it with your Henselt leader ability, which will pull out all of the remaining copies onto the field. That is a very committing and strong first move, so you are really then going for the victory for round 1. The sheer amount of extra points in a long round 1 is normally giving you the victory on the plate, but if you are failing to do so, round 2 and 3 will be relatively hard, as you will see later in the gameplay section. All your cards are interacting with each other through the fresh crew and crewman ability. Crewman is a support for your machine that will buff the effects of those cards, so to get the full value out of them, you have to set up some crewmen on the board first and afterwards play the fresh crew units right on the side to the crewmans. That will increase the damage output tremendously. The reason why machine decks saw a little bit of an uprise since the latest patch can be found in the new bronze unit Battering Ram, which is a very powerful addition to this archetype. The card is worth 7 base points and can deal an additional 3 plus 2 damage, but this might even increase to 4 or 5 plus 2 depending on how many crewmen you can find to play alongside. We are looking at least 10 points for a bronze card, but that can be easily going up to 14 points. Comparing that to the average power of bronze cards that were introduced in the past, and we have a perfect example why bronze is now in parts even stronger than some gold cards. PHILIPPA EILHART on the other hand is a gold card that will swing for 16 points in total in the best case, so only slightly above a mere bronze card. Hopefully the gold power level is fine-tuned in the future, but now it looks a bit odd. But anyway, machines are a cool deck, and I will now show you 2 games that I've played earlier. Of course we found a SCORCH mulligan one, so I hope you like some top tier action later in the video. If you still have any questions left, do not hesitate to comment below. Alright guys, here we go, starting with our machine deck against the monsters deck Eridine. So probably seeing quite some weather effects here. Let's see what we have for the start. SCORCH, Reinforcement, REAVER Scout, double Siege Masters, Ballistas, Battering Ramp. I think we're dropping 1 Siege Master here, getting DIJKSTRA, which is cool, and then maybe dropping something else. So do we need the Reinforcement right now? I mean we could just get... yeah, we're getting the Siege support then out on the board. Let's just do that. Paul needs to start, always a nice little advantage. Let's see, he's starting with a Wild Hunt Longship, which is interesting because it's not giving him anything right now. So normally it's just boosting, and if we now kill this one, he's damaging all other Wild Hunt allies, so normally you're playing that a bit later. But well, it's good for us, isn't it? Let's play the reinforcements. We are getting then the siege support here out on the board, which is buffing all allies that we are now playing. Boosting by 1, and if it's a machine we're boosting it by 1 and also adding 1 armor. Plus he's a crewman. And there is the Wild Hunt Hound. So now we are kind of interested in seeing a weather clearer. Fortunately right now we do not have that. So dropping the Battering Ramp. We will hit the Wild Hunt Hound, and we also hit the Wild Hunt Longship of course. As it is right now, the siege support would go down on the next turn. We have the option to just play the Henselt here and get the other ones out of the deck as well. So for now I think we will see what he's doing. So he's dropping another Frost. I don't like that too much. I think we're just going to the siege support.
Men of KAEDWENI, attack!
So getting the other siege support on the board, dropping that here at the bottom, and we're also dropping 1 at the top. Yeah, that's fine. So these are all getting buffed between each other. We are now 14 points ahead, and we definitely, if we go into the triple siege support, we definitely want to win the round. There's an ice giant for 12, and we can, for example, heal the battering ramp. But we could also wait a bit longer, because the battering ramp is getting more damage anyway. So we can just wait a bit longer. Would go for the Reaver Scout, but keep in mind there's currently frost here, so the Reaver Scout is dying pretty fast. If we go for the Ballista, unfortunately we have nothing really to handle, so potentially it's still pretty good to go into the Reaver Scout. On the other hand, we could play DIJKSTRA, or we could play Prince Stennis, of course, as well. I think, yeah, let's go DIJKSTRA. Then we have also something to hit. So we're getting Prince Philippa EILHART. Let's gonna hit this one for 5. And we got the reinforced ballista, which allows us to hit these here down to 4. If you would drop the ballista here between these two, you could deal a bit more damage. On the other hand, I also want to have something here in the top. Otherwise, he's just, if he has lacerate or something, he can just deal too much damage. So I think we are just switching between these two lanes. We're not far ahead, so there's also a chance for him to just pass at this point. If he's continuing to drop more stuff on the board, definitely not bad for us. Would prefer that. Oh yeah, he's dropping more. So that's the Jotun. Moving then with 3 units here, 1 row. Which is kind of good for him. So how about now some ballista direction? Let's just hit the4, let's just hit the 3. So these are now all at 2. We can just drop another ballista if we like. We are going for a heal on the... Oh damn, he increased that. Damn you. We wanted a heal on the battering ram. That was mean. Totally mean, totally mean. Now he's dealing 2 every turn, which sucks. 3 even, not 2. Even 3. So let's just drop another ballista then anyway. And gonna crush the ones. Still far ahead, he's not dealing 3 in the row. But right now if he's hitting the ballista, that's still only 1 damage because of the double armor. He's going to the Aridine. Dropping now another Wild Hunt unit, which might be the Wild Hunt Warrior, it is. What are you hitting? So the Wild Hunt Warrior is dealing 3 damage. And if the unit was under frost, it's dealing an additional 2. Alright, looks like he's hitting the KAEDWENI siege support, which is then dying in 2 turns. Okay, you know what? The Reaver Scout is coming. And we will pick up...
You one of us or
and
not?
I think we are picking up another reinforced ballista. And we're hitting these 2. So it might be even better to hit the 5. And then we can play the... Yeah, that's better, okay. Going for the ballista here. Hitting the 5, and we are then also hitting the 8. So we can kill the Aridine here with the Vernon Roche. That's spawning another unit for us. We are still 14 points ahead. The Reaver Scouts, of course, going down here. The KAEDWENI siege support is going down, so we're losing 4 points on the next turn.
We know the mysteries of time and space, all of them.
Ooh, that's interesting. We still have the Scorch. But right now the Scorch is of course hitting the reinforced ballista. But if we somehow make it happen that these are all going down a bit, maybe as another card, then we can just kill these 2, which is pretty good. And we will now play the Vernon Roche here. And we are killing down the Aridine, and we are killing also the Wild Hunt Navigator. We are then spawning 2 Blue Stripes Commandos, which are just pushing our points upwards to 18 plus. And there is... Oh yeah, man. So the 8s, clear the 8s would have been excellent right now. We still have the Master, so we can easily just heal this one back. I think we are waiting for now. Let's play the Prince Stennis. We get another ballista. Ooh man, another ballista here. That's dealing a 1 point then. Guess we're just doing that on the 8s. So that's an additional 3 points of damage on him. We're currently 16 points ahead. We can play the Siege Master on the Reinforced Ballista. Using the Caretaker, with that he's stealing something, which is the Battering Ramp. What are you hitting? He's going for the 3, he could play the 2 as well. If he's clever enough for that. He's going for that. And 2 on the... Oh, no, not this one. Please, not this one. We want to heal it back. Ooh, man, he's killing it. What a bummer, because now we cannot heal back. We could use the deploy ability again. That's the thing we could do. That would then give us an additional... If we use that on the ballista, we could use that on quite a lot of damage. But is it enough? So we are taking another 1, we are taking another 2, that's 3 in total that we're losing. Depends on the last card here, right? So we can snap everything down. Let's go for the Siege Master. Yeah, let's just go for that. So we unfortunately not healing, but at least we can trigger this one again. So that's a lot of damage that we are pushing. We are 10 ahead, but if he's playing the last card, he should win because we cannot play the SCORCH here, unfortunately. The SCORCH would just kill our own unit, so it all depends. He's looking at his graveyard. He's playing the last card as well, going for the Morwood. Which is interesting enough then giving him the victory for this round, so we have 1 card advantage. If we play SCORCH, unfortunately we are just killing our own units. So that is not happening. Let's just pass now. He's winning the round. We are 1 in advantage, but that is just going away because we need another card. We definitely wanted to win this round. THALER and the Margarita. Well, we could play THALER and then the SCORCH on the THALER, of course. It's not really helping us too much. We're getting an additional card here, which is cool, but it's not that we are getting any card advantage, so we still have to play 1 more card after that. Getting the battering ram, yeah, that might be better. He's instantly passing. Let's just drop the Margarita, which is giving us 5 points. Then we need to start the last round. And might be dropping the THALER as well. Siege Master. I guess we want something else for the machines here, that these machines are dropping more stuff. Also, if we drop THALER, we can hit that with the battering ram, for example, then we have at least a target. Otherwise, we would need to start with battering ram, which is not finding a target. We're keeping the THALER. Just keep that. So he's getting the points on the board. Let's see what we can find. Commander Zorn, and that's SHANI. We're definitely interested in the SHANI. Another Ice Giant, yeah. So let's go SHANI, and with the SHANI we can then find another, where is that? Another Siege Support, for example. With the Siege Support, let's just count that. We can just play 2 more cards here, so that would be just a boost of 2, which is not too much, let's be honest. So if we go then for Prince Stannis, we would get the highest unit out of the deck, so 3 points, and I guess it is more than just 9 points here. So the Siege Support is just giving us 8 points over the rest of the game, so I think Prince Stannis is definitely the better choice. There's nothing else that we want to pick up, so we're going Prince Stannis here. Playing that, we'll get a battering ramp. It's fine, so we can just drop that here, dealing some damage on the Ice Giant. Only 15 to 14. We can, with the Siege Support, we can trigger the battering ram here again, hitting down the Ice Giant and also dealing damage on the THALER. And then we have another battering ramp, which is also dealing at least 4 plus an additional 2, hopefully that will be 6, so 13 in total for the battering ram, which is a lot of points. He is going for another Frost, so the Wild Hunt Hound is coming, which kinda sucks, because now the Ice Giant is up to 9. So he's getting 2, yeah, so I think... Let's just drop a battering ram here. The 1 point extra damage doesn't matter because we are still just hitting the Wild Hunt Hound. Let's just drop that here. And then let's go for, so that's 2, it's not really helping us. Let's just hit hit the Ice Giant anyway, doesn't matter. So we're currently 4 points ahead, we're getting an additional 5, we're getting an additional 4 then. At least, so that's 9 points that we're getting, so he needs more than 13 points. The Imlerith, oh, he's dealing damage. Oh man, wow. What a bummer. What a bummer with that, he's of course winning. We cannot deal that much damage.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Battering ram can just hit 4 here, so it doesn't matter. We can hit the ice giant. So it is 3 points down. The Emerald was unfortunately too much, so we're losing the game. But we're trying again.
Men of KAEDWENI!
Guess what? Our next opponent is using SCORCH on Thesca. So we are seeing a mulligan deck. A very, very tough matchup. One of the strongest decks currently out there, so that will not be fun. Let's see what we have here. Siege Master Reinforcement, Ballista, Battering Ramp. Well, yeah, that's all pretty fine. I think we're just keeping it. Looks alright. Opponent's still replacing cards. Let's see if he's getting some on the board. The small War Dancers. Mulligan those, get this on the board. Easy life. So no push for him on the start. It's definitely good. Oh, there is one. So there's the Elfin War Dancer. He's starting the game then with 4 points. Definitely not bad. Let's just play the reinforcements here. We're picking up then a siege support onto the board.
Trouble approaches.
Opponent might now just play a Blue Mountain Commando. Getting these 3 Blue Mountain Commandos out from the deck on the board. So that's an additional 9 points.
Humans are not to be trusted.
Ooh, but interesting enough, he's just locking our siege support. Guess what? More stuff is coming.
Men of KAEDWENI! Attack!
So I hope you will enjoy that. That is 1, that is 2.
Salutations.
Currently 9 points ahead. If this round is going longer, that's definitely our taste. So the first game, we lost the game because we were not able to win the first round, which was very close because the SCORCH was not finding a target, unfortunately. So you got an officer there. You like the officer, right? Ah, that means we are going for the battering ram. Gonna drop that here. We are hitting the Elfin War Dancer, and then we will just hit. Let's see. We are probably just hitting the 7. Down to 7. If we use our Margarita here, we can always get this one down to base. Not a problem. Okay, little ambush card, which might or might not Morven, might be Torville, one of those. With the battering ram here, we can now kill the Roach, for example. So let's do that. It is the Morven. Okay, that's dealing a bit of damage here, but we are still getting the buff. The Roach is down. We will then just hit the... Well, let's just this one again. Down to 5.
Death awaits us all.
And there are the Blue Mountain Commandos, which are also spawning a Lyran, of course. So that means we are currently 12 points behind. But do not fear, we have enough to just get rid of the situation without a problem. Or let's say without too much problems. We will then use the KAEDWENI siege support, siege master, not the support, sorry, for the battering ram, which allows us to play this one again. So we can just hit the siren here for 5, and then we're dealing an additional 2 on the Lyran. So it is 45 to 40. The only problem is that these are now all at 7, but normally the mulligan deck is not running SCORCH or something like that, and with the SCORCH he would just kill his own units, which by the way would right now pretty good. So we might just want to get a SCORCH. There's a chance if we go for the DIJKSTRA, decent chance. If we're scorching these two, the round is probably over. I guess he was just conceding for the round. Let's play this one. Get another battering ram, which we can play just... Let's just play that here. Which is dealing 4 on the Blue Mountain Commando, and we're dealing an additional 2 on... Let's play that one here. And we get the Vernon Roach. It's also pretty decent, so we can just kill the Lyran, and we can kill also the DIJKSTRA, getting 2 additional units on the board. And with that we are just at 50 to 73. With 1 card down. And what are you doing there? You're getting everything in the middle row. Why are you getting everything in the middle row? Do you really want to buff the middle row quite a lot? Have you the Commander's Horn right now? Do you have a Commander's Horn? Very, very likely. So THALER has also a chance to give us something. SCORCH, for example. Or we are just going for the EILHART, which would be 15 damage here. Plus a chance to kill some of the units here. So I think we're doing that. Let's go. Gonna hit then the... let's go for the Marine. Not killing anything. Great success. So now he's mulligan with the Francesca. Looking for the greedy card, the card that he needs. We only were 12 points ahead, but that will change with the Commander Zone, for example. So we can now play the Reinforced Ballista. For right now, the maximum we can do would be 4 damage, so the Sultan would go down. So here we go. The Sultan is down. It is 85 to 60 points. There is a Fireball Trap, which is unfortunately getting buffed. So we can use the Margarita on the Fireball Trap. He's dealing 2, that would be 10 damage, which is a lot. So that's our only chance here. If we are not getting anything else, I do not think so. So I would love to use that here on Officer or something like that. But to be honest, that's just 6 points that we're getting rid of. So Fireball Trap is definitely more useful for us. We already played this log, so there's no log left. And there's another Fireball Trap. Good for you, man. Good for you. So we're eating even more damage. Yeah, go for Prince Stennis.
You stand before royal majesty.
We get another Ballista. So where are we putting that? Let's just put it here. So, and the maximum we can do, so there's 9, that is 9, 8. Yeah, we're going for the 9s and then for the 8s. Still doing a lot of damage with the Fireball Trap. We are still way ahead right now. So let's just hope that he is passing. He's not passing. Ooh, that means, look at the numbers. We are currently 19 points ahead, which just means if he has the Commander's Horn in his hand, that is enough to overcome us. If he has no Commander's Horn in hand, let's see, a Hailstorm wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't be enough. So I think we're not playing the THALER. Let's just, fingers crossed here, there's no Commander's Horn. But if there, ooh, there was not, then I do not think it was good for him to play the gold card for 13 points on the board. If he was not winning the round anyway, when we are not playing anything, I do not think it was too great for him. Oh, interesting. So Commander's Horn, SCORCH, THALER. So the Commander's Horn is a cool card if you already have a board full of units. That will most likely be not the case, because we're not getting too many in the next rounds. So I think we're just stopping the Commander's Horn. We're getting Ballista. We will play the THALER here in this round. So our opponent needs to invest on the card. Get the Gedvini Sergeant, still have a Commander's Horn. No, we're just picking up the Gedvini Sergeant. So he is going then for a lot of stuff. We have another SCORCH, which is hitting double 11s, and we're going for that, because that is forcing him to play another card, and the less cards he has in his hand, the better for us. So SCORCH getting rid of 22 points. So it leaves him with 4 on the board, which is forcing him to play another card, which is the Elfin War Dancer. Pretty interesting. So that means if we go for the Ballista here, that just allows us to hit the Elfin War Dancer down to 6, and we have 6 with the Ballista, which on the other hand forces him to play the last card as well. That means we at least have 1 card advantage, or we can even win this round if the last card in his hand is not strong enough. And that is 5 points. We have 7 here. He's at 13, so if we play the 7, we are also at 13, and that's a draw, and that means we're winning both round, and we are then winning the game as well. Just like that.